Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Danae, and I'm here with a message for you. Happy Thursday. It's June 20th, 2024. Aren't you so proud of me for knowing the date every day? Oh, funny. Yeah, it's a lovely day. Well, it's a hot day, but the sun is shining and the birds are chirping. So, what more could you really ask for? Cool breeze every now and again. That's about it. Hope you're doing well, having a fantastic week. It's flying by, so it seems and feels. Even though today kind of felt like a Friday, I said it feels like a Friday today. It's not a Friday, is it? Hold on. Is it Thursday? I know it's the 20th. Yeah, it's Thursday. Yeah, I had to even double check that because it really does feel Friday-ish today. But it's not. But tomorrow, Friday, the 21st, is the full moon in Capricorn. It's not happening till about 9 something in the nighttime, my time. So I decided to just kind of hold off another day to do that message and reading. So let's see what the message is today. The moon. How appropriate, right? The moon card. My nails are chipping, so if you see a flake off or two, just pardon that. The moon card. Secrets, illusions, subconscious, psyche, could be fears, could be mystery and mysticism. Then we got the Six of Wands here, which is someone going confidently either into the night or out of the night. I'm not sure which one. Oh, looks like out. Being propelled, as a matter of fact. Hold on, let me see something here. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, all right. So I'm going to switch this around because I see this. Something wants me to put this here, even though the sequence is as follows. But I'll tell you why in a minute as to why I'm feeling like this Eight of Wands is kind of like a propelling forward, a push from behind more than the trajectory is forward. Like the I don't know what the word would be in physics terms. Yeah, but here we are with the Eight of Swords, and that's exactly what I was thinking. So the reason why I was contemplating which way to put this Eight of Wands is because what I'm sensing is that these are attacks, or they were attacks, intended attacks, but particularly coming from a mystical energy. We're coming up on the full moon. People have already probably been ramping up their rituals, getting ready for, the big splash for tomorrow, or 3 days before, 3 days after is when people get activated one way or another, good, bad, or I guess not at all. But I was seeing this as like this energy that was projected from behind, but either it misses the mark, but what I really feel is that it actually pushes someone forward into a crossover moment, which then leads, it's like somebody's getting accelerated into destiny on account of impending attacks. And it may not even be specifically this full moon. It could be something from a long time ago, or it could be something that was perpetually done with the Eight of Wands, especially with given that long time ago energy. It could be something that was intended to be like time released at a certain point in time, at a certain moment, maybe even on a certain transit such as this coming up, or just hurled from a past projection that was supposed to have caught up by now or made an impact by now, but whatever. And this was the intended impact, by the way, from the Eight of Wands to the Eight of Swords, like to keep someone in a spiritual entrapment, a mental prison, maybe even an actual prison, to have somebody entangled in some type of legal trouble, or incriminated in some way, shape, or form, all of that. But whatever it was, either it missed the mark and arrows flew right past and somebody's still on their high horse, or what I really, really feel is that it was like a gust of energy, like wind, that is just pushing somebody even further and more accelerated than they were potentially even supposed to go. Like, yeah. So let's see what else we got here. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet today. Let's see what's with the moon card. Let's do it like that. Let's go card by card. Ooh, that was almost a tower. See what I'm saying? Okay. Supposed to be some emotional conflict. So maybe a conflict spell, chaos magic, definitely some type of psychological projections that we're supposed to have incited. Yeah, here's the point of attack right here. That we're supposed to have incited some depression, hopelessness, despair, guilt, shame. Some density was propelled forward or expelled out, I'll say. But it ultimately backfired, or again, as I said, the energy was transmuted, because if that's cups, this is wands. So that means that frequency was transmuted somehow to advance someone's mission. Let's see, hold on, let me see what else I feel here. Yeah, definitely a backfire situation though, because it's like somebody in this Knight of Swords, they're moving swiftly. So perhaps it was something that was action that was taken quickly and almost impulsively, like a reactionary response to this transit, like, gotta hurry up and do something, you know, send something out, activate something, you know, it's like you gotta play to win type of energy. If you don't have nothing out there, you know, says some folks, I suppose, then is one thing. I guess if these folks that just keep doing this relentless work feel like you gotta play to win type of energy, except for they're playing on the wrong team for the most part, which is the problem here, why they keep losing. But they feel so compelled to do something to harness these energies, so that worst case scenario, you know, maybe it doesn't work, or maybe it's not the intended outcome, but if you do nothing at all, then you have no expectation for results. But this is someone here that feels entitled to some result, some action, some impact, but they're actually running into the impact that they expelled, is what it looks like here. It feels like somebody's already depressed, and that's probably, or they're trying to deflect that energy, trying to get it off of them. But that's actually the reason why the projection isn't really working, because the prime energy for manifestation cannot be so dense. It's not going to land. There's no control in that frequency. It's not going to land where you want it to, how you want it to. It's not going to have the effect. And it also doesn't, if it doesn't have if it doesn't have like a landing space to wherever that intended target is, it's, like I said, it's like missing somebody, because in order for a chaos spell or depression or anything, a dense energy projection to land, there needs to be some synergy with that, where it's going. And somebody's in the Six of Wands and victory and success. That's the energy that they're currently in and what they're looking forward to. So what would there be to be depressed about? It doesn't have a place to, you know, like even Cancer energy. Oh, happy birthday, Cancer, by the way, and happy summer solstice. Oh, I almost forgot. Happy summer solstice. It's officially I guess the proper rationalization for this heat wave, finally. But happy birthday, Cancers, and yeah, happy Cancer season. But that's Pisces and or Cancer. Cancer being ruled by the moon. This is Aquarius here, and it's like somebody's already they're vibing on a frequency that doesn't align with that. It cannot compute. It's like as soon as it is incurred, it would be transmuted for some other force field, some other energy to project the forward motion. So therefore, it only really has a place where it came from in the first place. Oh, shoot. Oh, where was I? Yeah, Queen of Swords, like, this isn't even emotional energy. Very logical, objective, direct, discerning, you know, clear thinking, level-headed, someone that's going to see an emotional projection for exactly what it is. What's this? Nine of Swords. Wow, look, exactly. It has nowhere else to go but back to where it came from. Yeah, it's like, that don't belong to me. I know my energy, says the Queen of Swords. I know, she's not looking at anything from an extreme, or I should say an overly emotional position right now. Even in Cancer season, Cancer energy, where emotions can be heightened and almost fluid, there's still an objectivity in that engagement of what you're feeling, like someone that's able to process their feelings productively, to understand, to be aware first and foremost, and then to understand exactly what may be compelling them to think that way, feel that way. Yeah, thinking, more thinking than feeling. What may be compelling them to feel that way? Is it valid? What can be done with it? What does it mean, if anything? What value does it have, or what lesson or information is it offering? And then make a decision on whether or not it gets to stay, go, or again be transmuted for some other purpose. That is the transmutation process, as a matter of fact, to a great degree, especially when we're talking about emotions. So somebody that's drowning in their sorrows at the 5 of Cups is not going to be able to deflect that onto someone who's not really emotionally driven, at least not in this energy at this time. Interesting. Not so easily seduced. Wow, look, here we go again. This right here. Let me try to do this. Yeah, so, well, this is what, as I said, this is what the intention was, to keep someone from moving ahead in success, to stunt confidence and growth and forward movement, advancement, to have someone maybe stuck in their head, insecure, unsure about their next move, or even their present move. You know, to somebody that doesn't really operate in a trustworthy state of mind about their decisions. And here is the onlooker. Oh no. Somebody watching to keep tabs, like to observe whether or not what they deflected landed as intended. And it's like, no, not really. I'm all right. That's the energy here. Like, someone may not know, have all the answers, or have, the playbook for the next quarter of the game, but they're still thriving on the success of their previous ambitions, or riding on that wave of success that they've already attained in some way, shape, or form. And for maybe even considering like past seasons. Yeah, that's the energy here. Like past seasons when you may not have known what comes next, but what you always have to reflect on is knowing that no matter what, you're always well taken care of. You're always at exactly the right place, the right time, and where you need to be. You're always guided in the right direction. You always land on your feet. You always are somehow find alignment with divine time. And even when you can't see your way forward, that's just always how it works out for you. And so someone that has that muscle memory does always ride high and in confidence, because they have that experience, they have that life experience to reflect upon, that in the worst projections, because this is coming out of fear and illusions and like mystery. Somebody literally, you may not know what's coming ahead, but it's going to be something good, because it always is. It always is. And that's not the energy that someone in the 5 of Cups is familiar with. That's not their come from, or that's not what they're presently inhabiting at this moment, and it's not comfortable to be in that space. It is depressing. It is disparaging to not feel like you have the energy to look forward to anything good. Even when you're in the Five of Cups, you actually have something behind you. Well, I guess behind him because he's looking to the past, but in front of him, if he were to turn around, is 2 cups that are upright and not spilled. This is somebody spilling over cried milk. Lord, what? Spilling over cried milk, crying over spill. Have you ever heard that one before? Please let me know. What? Crying over spilled milk. Crying, agonizing over things that can't be changed anymore, instead of taking control, mastering their emotional energy, and being objective about how to now turn around and move forward, even if it's into the dark, into the night, into mystery, into mystique, of which, of course, is not always comfortable, but for most of us, the only way on is forward. Or I guess the only way to move on is forward. Knight of Cups here. Night energy, yet again. Yeah, somebody would want to maybe offer. So maybe this is them picking up one of those cups and now wanting to turn around and offer it as some apology or term of endearment or love or something, but it's like, not if it's coming from the Five of Cups. Like, I'm good. Somebody that may clean up real well, but they got a lot of emotional issues to iron out. And really, they see you as someone that could fill that cup more than they actually want to offer it. So beware of that. That somebody's wanting to seduce their way into your presence, but for the essence of your vitality. Like we're at the star is the end result here at this top. So talking about someone that knows how to alchemize any energy, any circumstance, any frequency, that's a very valuable asset. That's a very valuable trait, gift even, that, it's precious. It's like gold right now, because there's so much energy coming at us left and right. So many reasons for us to just buckle down and cry, seriously, there legitimately are. For the best of us, then the worst of us. No matter who you are, there's so many things that could make you really just want to give up in life right now. But to have the energy to keep going and to foresee victory, foresee success along your path, even when you're not necessarily sure of it, that's a hot commodity there. That if someone could possess it, even by way of your partnership, your friendship, your kinship, your acquaintanceship, your acquaintance. Certainly wand energy with your intimacy. They will. Look at this, the King of Wands. What you after, King of Wands? King of Wands, But he's looking at the girl in bondage, wondering why, maybe wondering how you got out. Like, why are you not where I left you? You were supposed to be, get out of here. I got that energy of somebody thought that they had you pegged, like they had planted enough seeds for you to be more or less stuck in a particular place. So remember I said it could have been somebody projecting energy from long ago, or they already did and it was supposed to take root or take form, whatever. It may not be now, or it could be all of it, you know. But either way, somebody's taking inventory of what they projected and provoked by the fact that it's not produced what they want. It hasn't produced what they wanted, to the effect that they wanted. So they're contemplating how to take action again. That's what it feels like. This King of Wands, that's why I'm like, what you after, King of Wands? Because it feels like somebody trying to figure out a way now to attack. So like I said, it could be past, it could be distant past, it could be recent past, it could be present moment, that somebody is trying to figure out what energy they can scrounge together, maybe materially or spiritually, you know how it go, to hurl back at you, to get you back into this place of the Eight of Swords, because that's what they're fixated on. How can I put you back into prison, or put you in prison where you should have stayed? Like they thought they had a watchful eye on you, that you were guarded all around. The energy was strong. I mean, damn, the Five of Cups with the Moon card, that's some strong energy that you should have been out for the count. They had your cell guarded. They had someone at a watchtower or some type of surveillance, keeping an eye on you, making sure you didn't get out. And somehow, some way, here you are, not only out, but ascended above the fray at the Six of Wands, and swiftly moving ahead. And like I said, even with this King of Wands here, trying to figure out how to regress your advancement, the activity, what's the right word? Like the trajectory is already beyond his perspective. He's looking this way. The energy's already beyond him, moving literally past his view. So this is somebody that they have all the energy, all the confidence, all the dedication, maybe even all the power and force to make an impact. But what's the greater power here? The King of Wands in this case, or the Eight of Wands? That's literally 8 against 1. The power of 8 kings in a supernatural energy against one who's confined to their earthly form. Damn, 8 kings. What's that about? Or 7 kings? To take the difference between those. I wonder if that's a thing. That may be a thing, mystically, or you know, in some type of folklore or story of deities or something like that, but there's some type of energy here that is unstoppable. It's intangible in its origin, but it is becoming material, perhaps upon entry into, or maybe upon contact with human form. Because I was going to say upon entry into the realm, but perhaps it literally is I don't even know how to say it, but it's like energetic upgrades, like spiritual acceleration, like lightning bolts crashing to the earth, but landing through the conduction of human beings. In this case, maybe all 8 come into one. So these upgrades are so, it's like somebody moving at the speed of light, past what someone can even perceive. Like they may even still think you are in you know, a spiritual prison, or they got you surrounded, got you now, bitch, type of energy. Meanwhile, like you literally have jumped. That's what it is. That's why I keep talking about timeline. Time. You may have already jumped a timeline or 2 or 3 or 8, I don't know, or 6, something unreal to the naked eye. And here's the 8 of Cups, where somebody's like packing it up, like damn. So here's the 5 to the 8, that's the 3. Yeah, that 3 is like, they may have celebrated thinking that their job was done, especially in the energy of the King of Wands, like looking at you like, oh, I know this is it right here. Only to find out that all these cups are empty. Unsatisfied energy is what the 8 of Cups ultimately is. Someone that has to go seek satisfaction elsewhere, or that desires to, you know. But in this case, it feels like somebody may have no choice. Exactly. Somebody is blocked. Guarded. Yeah. Yeah, like their mental space is like Fort Knox, or whatever this passageway is. It can't be infiltrated, or not corrupted. Maybe corrupted is a word too. But it can't be invaded, maybe. Yeah, like somebody has been trying to work with this projective energy, they've been trying to find a way around some strong defenses, security, like trying to breach the security. And it's just, they're finding it very difficult, if not impossible. Hold on though, what's on the bottom? The Knight of Pentacles, what was that? The Temperance, I saw it. The Knight of Pentacles. Somebody's too slow? I guess so, if somebody's moving at the speed of light, but hold on, because I was feeling something here about what I just said. Give me a second. Because we were already at the 8, and that's where he's looking. 8 and the 2 still goes back to the 6. Yeah, because it's like where someone... It seems like somebody's attention has been diverted. Oh, like somebody created a diversion. What? Oh, I just got chills. Like, what? This is something else that I don't even know how to say. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say. It's like somebody created a diversion. A decoy of themselves in one dimension. I don't know, so just hear me out. In one dimension that projected one idea of their state of being. Like in this case, somebody's locked up, somebody's unable, well, technically in the Eight of Swords, you can release yourself, but that supports what I'm saying even more, that it's like a show or like a trap. It's like somebody is going to be, I don't know, lured into a trap, and their attention is so captivated in perhaps what they've been, like they're like, yeah, I did it, like somebody's really proud of themselves here and really, really focused on this energy over here, when meanwhile, what appears to be the same energy to some degree, blindfolded with swords, but this time she's holding the swords. And this feels almost like a gateway or a portal with this 2 and the 6 together is back to the 8. So it's like somebody created some type of diversion. I don't even know what this means. While a decoy of them in one dimension was a distraction, the true form of them in another is escaping or has escaped. And in this case is a secure passageway, safe passage. And then we got the star here, which means somebody's made it, like destination, you are here. So while this could be past, like while somebody was so fixated on you and captivating you in one form or frequency, like let's take dimension off of it because I don't know what that is, but in one form or frequency, like they thought they had you caught. There's nothing you can do beyond this point. They got you cornered, your back's against the wall. There's nothing, there's no way to win. But somehow, maybe it was just their own like I said, their own poor perspective that wouldn't allow them to notice that the wind was happening right before their eyes, even as you may have appeared to be captured, cornered, dominated, you know, locked down, whatever the case may be. Like you were already on your way. Why though? I think it was on the count, if we're talking in that regard, because of that skill, gift, trade, talent, whatever you want to call it, of transmutation. Maybe somebody else's perspective of what depression, what the effects of depression and shame and guilt and despair would like the cell that would ultimately create for someone. Because like I said, when you're working with that energy, it is very hard for you to manifest any way out or manifest anything better, because you're an attractive force for more of that. So someone thought that if they projected enough of that frequency to you, then you would be stuck where you are. But they underestimated perhaps, or just were unaware or miscalculated or something, your ability to literally turn that frequency into fuel to gas up your tank and keep it moving even when it looks like you're literally going nowhere. It's like somebody advancing, seeming like they're stuck in one place, but they're actually advancing, accelerating, as a matter of fact, perhaps with each intention of attack to their destiny, but it looks like you're just stuck in one place. Wow. So like I said, somebody was looking at the outside, the physical, your surroundings, you know, maybe your state of affairs, your, you know, whatever, or really measuring it by what they would consider to be despair or whatever, you know, whatever they were projecting, they were measuring it by their meter. But it's already been said that was a low, like that technology wasn't quite, you know, or that system of measurement that they're working on is not quite as sophisticated as perhaps what you have with that Queen of Swords have perfected, like intellectually, that wasn't accounted for. And then this Knight of Pentacles, like I said, it's just somebody just down low, too slow is what I just heard. High five on the black hand side. Down low, too slow. Oh no, what is it? High five, up high, down low, too slow. That's what it is. Forget the black hand side, or don't. But yeah, if it applies, so be it. But yeah, that's where somebody, and consider the difference between the Queen of Swords, who is fast, literally fast thinking, genius mind, always ahead of the curve, to the Knight of Pentacles. He was quite committed and dedicated in his actions, but something about that playbook that I was saying earlier was something like he was operating on a dated playbook, an outdated playbook, or perhaps a playbook for one sport and somebody was playing a whole nother. That's funny. All right, let's see, a couple more. Wow, Death card. Oh, hold on. We was doing so good. Okay. Death card here. What's on the bottom? Whoa! With the King of Swords. Oh, I see what happened here. Hold on. There we go. Wow, what is that about? Or this even could be this, I mean, I don't even know. Hold on, let me think about this. Because it could be that somebody, it could be somebody, yeah. It could be that by the time somebody wised up, you know, that even, you know, somehow, or seemed to have really gotten on that level of intellect, say with the Queen of Swords at this point, because this would be her counterpart, that everything was already said and done. Like I said, someone literally has already transformed, transposed, transferred into their destiny, into their star being, before the other one was any the wiser. I love this formation, but I know it's crooked. I can feel it and it's bothering me. Interesting. And or this could be what energy was transformed into, where this feminine energy, of which was of no nobility at first, right? Went through this transformation with the facility of the Queen of Swords, like that's like star pupil energy, or just like very intelligent, you know, and came out or was transformed by way of this process into the masculine form of that energy. The productive, proactive initiator of intellect, intelligence here. Highly intelligent. And that's significant mainly because here, when this Eight of Swords energy, where someone was thought to have been captivated or contained, that's like way on the opposite end of the spectrum of somebody that not only is free thinking, but forward thinking. Of even someone that may not have all the information, as it is with this projection in the Two of Swords, where there may be some information or something that's not quite seen or known to the King of Swords, who not only has intel, but foresight, ideally, in the highest frequency. So it could be that as well. Yeah, because it could be something here even about the difference between masculine and feminine, where someone even may have revered you as vulnerable or delicate because you're feminine, and they may be masculine or not, or just the energy of feminine of a feminine force just being more vulnerable and passive by nature than someone that either is masculine or someone that's in their masculine, that operates more in their masculine energy. And you may project more of a feminine energy. And some people regard that as a weakness. They would be mistaken to do that, but they do. So now that you're coming out in this energy here, if that is what it is, which it kind of feels like it, you know, it's like someone actually revealing themselves to be a worthy matchup. At least, and not really actually, but you know what I mean. It's like where someone thought that was a weakness, it's like actually, you know, where somebody might have thought, oh, she's just a sweet little lady. You're actually just as cunning as any masculine energy beneath the soft exterior. Or you became so through the process, through this transformation. And that wasn't planned on. Oh, you know what? Oh no, the way I did it was right. But I kind of want a card on, no, I'm not gonna do it. All right, I'll just do a couple here. Wait, what's on the bottom? Wow, 4 of Swords. Yeah, somebody, that mindset was laid to rest. Like, where somebody thought you were vulnerable and, you know, primed for attack, they had to release that mindset, or it's been proven wrong in some way, shape, or form. I'm hot. I don't have the air on or the fan on because it's too loud, but whew, the window ain't enough today. I'm a speed this on along. Oh, and here's this. This was in reverse, down low. I don't even know. I'm probably gonna mess up my whole little formation now. Let's see. Let's go there. That's the Knight of Pentacles, 10 of Cups on the bottom. So yeah, somebody was late to the party. Thought that they were taken away from your access to happiness. And like I said, like, this is somebody that in the reverse, the Knight of Pentacles, damn, it's like somebody never even really had a chance is what I'm getting. Even when they thought they did, they actually never really did. They thought they were moving steady and they were on to something, but at least the way things have played out, it seems as though that they were always off, you know, off the mark, moving backwards, sitting still. I mean, the Knight of Wands is almost already sitting still anyway. But however they thought they were progressing, it seems like it's being revealed, or it may be in the way that they have regressed, or in comparison to how much energy was invested into whatever this is, it seems as though they did nothing at all. Or they might as well have, because that's what it's amounted to. Well, that's that on that. Ace of Swords. Oh, because of the Judgment, exactly. It's like somebody really now taking inventory of their actions, considering like, what did I do? What has it yielded? And now what? Like, they don't even know how to move forward. That's all. That could also be the thing. Like, how do I even move forward from this point? Because they've done so much for so little, haven't yielded the results that they wanted. It's like somebody's like rethinking their whole life right now, because they're feeling like they clearly weren't as smart, as cunning, as genius as they thought, you know, or as powerful as they may have thought that they were. And it's more so in comparison to the projection of it coming from little old you, whatever that means from you to whatever the opposition may be. It's like you teaching the lesson, you being the one, to prove me wrong or give me my lick, my lashings or whatever, to really stick it to me. That's a hard pill to swallow for somebody, that it would come from you, seemingly perhaps the most unsuspecting source, to actually be the one to teach them a lesson or to, foil their plans, soil their operation, make them feel foolish, or they stop them in their tracks even at this point. And the thing is, it's not really you, it's the divine with the judgment card. You're just the vessel that may not have been strong enough to endure. Yeah, like, wow, that's strong enough to endure the aggressions or the assaults or whatever, because you're full of grace, you're full of love, you are intelligent, you're not so reactive and so explosive or easily provoked. It took special character, and somebody didn't really have the eyes to see, you were the perfect mark in a lot of ways, because you looked like the perfect target, like a sitting duck that was just waiting to be plucked for the most part. And for divine purposes, that works out just fine, because usually people look for the most vulnerable target to take advantage of in certain frequencies. And when it just so happens that you weren't all that vulnerable or delicate at all, and you can actually absorb those hits, which some of us took some real heavy hits for the sake of love, and for the sake of advancing to our divine nature, to our advancing further into our destiny, not allowing ourselves to be distracted by the interferences, by the aggression, by the projections, by the spells, the magic, the interferences, all of that, like not ever truly allowing that to deter us to this point of the Eight of Swords, where we were just completely, stuck, stagnant, not willing to move, not trusting ourselves to move. Like, even when it may have looked like you were in a still place or in a stuck place, the wheels were always turning about what gets to be next. The passion was always burning for more. The ideas were always flourishing. The affirmations of what you knew you were deserving of, and what you even were aspired to become. Let's say that, it was always being refreshed and revived and rejuvenated through every circumstance, and that's the best target, because what you didn't do is react unrighteously to the point where you would forfeit yourself from your destiny and leave it open for the picking, ripe for the picking, and give someone the excuse or justification to make you a target, to make you a mark, to somehow, again, incriminate you, to be unworthy of the destiny that's been, designed for you, or to make you somehow incriminated enough that it justifies their initiations of attack. You never really gave anyone the justification to handle you the way that they did, even though they continue to do so. But that's an issue now that they get to take up with the divine by way of the judgment card, but not you having to take up your portion of why you sought revenge, or why you counterattacked, or why you are, even emotionally speaking, why you're still racked with rage and unforgiveness and anger. Like, you transmuted all of that, all the things that you would even be justified to hold on to stew in, to be bound by, to contemplate, to ruminate, all of that. This is the energy here where it should have happened that way. That's why, with all that somebody threw your way, or all that maybe many people threw your way, it would have only made sense for it to have a certain effect and impact on you. But God, they didn't know the energy that you possessed was of a divine nature. They didn't know that because of that energy that you insisted to harbor, to incubate, to protect, that you have supernatural protection from attacks that should have a certain impact, but ultimately do the opposite for you because of the frequency that you maintain. It is a bit of a phenomenon. It doesn't make any sense. It is energy moving at the speed of light and the dense frequency that we are accustomed and conditioned to. But that's what made you the perfect sacrament. Not sacrifice, but sacrament. And the angels are celebrating in your favor. Celebrating your becoming and celebrating your being. Not even your becoming, but your being. For all that I just said, it's like that's the type of energy that has to be prevalent. And that's what I was saying. It's like that's the type of energy that is conducive for celestial integration. That's what the divine can work through. That's the threat to dark forces. Because if you can be a conduit of that high level of energy, that automatically makes you an enemy to anything adversary or anything adverse that ultimately would just want to deplete these frequencies here, either to absorb for the dark, for a dark agenda, or just to extinguish altogether. But if there is no presence of that in the human form in the earth, then that energy has nothing to materialize into. Not really, not anything that can truly be adverse to the power of darkness that persists. Wow, interesting. I don't even know what I'm gonna title this. One more. Yeah, and it causes an uproar. It creates chaos in all the best ways, though. In all the best ways, because it either stirs up the opposition to then want to draw offense toward the divine, which we already know what happens with that. It's just, like I said, it's like a trap. That's what that is. Oh, shoot. Wow. You're like a trap. Because when that light draws in the adversary, like it's like calling the enemy out, because it's going to find its way to it one way or another. There's nothing else worth seeking out in the earth but that light. So when it draws out that opposition, is when it has the opportunity to actually extinguish it because it's been exposed, or to transform it. Those are the two options. It's either transform or transition. And by transition, I mean death. Death in both regards, though, right? Because either transform it to be something else, meaning it becomes love or light in some way, truth, or what was maybe the moon or darkness becomes the sun, or whatever, whatever the polarity is. Or again, it is extinguished because it proves itself to have no greater value than, honestly, the greatest value that the opposition has presented itself to have is pretty much strengthening light forces, because without that duality, the light would not know what it is. Many of us wouldn't know our strength, our resilience, our power, if it wasn't for all of the forces that came up against it. We would ourselves would think, oh, this is just little old me. I ain't nothing to worry about. I ain't gonna harm nobody. I couldn't hurt a fly, and maybe you wouldn't hurt a fly if you like me. I try to let they dumb asses out when they find their way into my house. They usually will gravitate to the window and I can let them out, shut them out. But it doesn't mean you won't smack that ass if you have to. And you will, with anything you can find laying around. Well, with reason. And I think that's the rude awakening, which is why it makes you the perfect sacrament, like I said, the perfect soldier, perhaps, because the rude awakening is that people may have taken your kindness for weakness, your meekness for blindness at times, and because they tried you, now they get to fuck around and find out what it really means to mind your business. And how lives are so well kept and saved just by doing that simple task. But like I said, the upside is that some may actually be transformed on account of their encounter with you, and that would be the best case scenario. It would be all worth it in that regard, even amidst all that you may have incurred or strived or transcended. Wow. Okay, the high priestess. Sheesh. Oh my God. And the hermit? My goodness. Like I said, the perfect sacrament. Wow, to teach lessons, and as you were so devoted and dedicated to finding your inner light and following your inner guidance, that does become the inspiration and the aspiration, if there's desire for it. Otherwise, this energy is beyond protected here, because the hermit is like internal, and also, like I said, above the tangible, beyond the tangible. And the high priestess is the embodiment of that in the physical form. These two energies together, this is like sacred this is like super sacred. So like I said, it's like a force field around anyone that sits in this frequency and is stays in devotion to this energy, and it ain't easy to stay there. Like I said, having so much thrown at you, so many challenges, charges, being provoked every which way, and still to maintain your benevolence, your devotion to the divine, to stay centered in what you know to be true on the inside of you when all hell may be breaking loose. This is the type of frequency, like I said, that is too precious to the divine to conduct through for anything earthbound to destroy. It would have to give permission. It would literally have to sacrifice itself, surrender its energy to the dark in order for the dark to overtake it. Otherwise, it's just, I don't even know what to call this. I'm so astounded that this is the end that I don't even know what to say, and I know there's more to say. With the Hermit and the High Priestess, this is ascended mastery incarnated. Literally the physical embodiment of ascended mastery. And it's the biggest surprise and gotcha to anyone that thought that they were a worthy competitor or a worthy adversary against it. Because I'm telling you right now, ain't nothing effing with this energy. Nothing. Honestly, I would venture to say that even that this type of energy is so protected, like how I just said, like you would have to surrender yourself to the dark as a sacrifice almost. The dark wouldn't even, the devil itself wouldn't even dare on this frequency. As tempting, as tantalizing as it may be, the devil itself, whatever it is, whatever form it would want to take, would see this frequency a mile away and say, you know what, it ain't even worth it. That's how you know these energies really ain't, not too bright intellectually, not too smart, or not evolved enough in their own frequency, whether it be dark or light, to know, a battle, a worthy battle when they see one. But this is energy such as this couldn't even destroy themselves if they truly wanted to, until the divine decides that their assignment is complete in this realm. And then, and only then, would it be the time to ascend, transition, maybe transform, but certainly not to be trampled on by any human force or lower. So this is the energy you're cultivating. Stand devoted again to destiny, to yourself as sacred, set apart, sanctified in your own right. It's not religion, it's spirit, of being in integrity with your truth, in relentless conduction of love. you good. I mean, I was gonna say you Gucci, and you are, but you are good. You pretty much can let the adversaries keep running into brick walls and falling on their own swords, because eventually they'll realize that just as that Eight of Cups and just as this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, that nothing that they do will ever materialize. They will always have to retreat. And for many, they better repent, because some have already done too much with that Judgment card that showed itself to answer for it, to even be thinking about persisting in their efforts. Now would be a better time than ever to just fall back. All right, well, I'm gonna leave it there, child. Thank you for listening and watching. Until next time, as always, I leave you with peace.